So, today we are going to learn about communication mastery. We need to first understand that communication mastery is not about making you good speakers. Communication mastery is not just about helping you how to communicate to people. Communication mastery is something which starts from having the first word as hello to saying the last word as bye, we'll meet later. It's everything in between, from body language to hand gestures to how you're portraying yourself. So, here in this session, you're not going to learn about how to speak fluently. I'm sorry. But you are going to learn how to have a 360-degree personality development so that you have a charismatic aura which you can carry. But my question to you is, how is public speaking, communication related to personality development? Are they not different?
So everything is correlated with themselves. So if you talk about communication, it is the core aspect of anything if you are in any profession. So if we say about a teacher, so teacher has to communicate to their students. If we talk about any corporate field, people have to conduct meetings, have to conduct workshops to communicate. Communication plays a very important role in that as well. And if you talk about any other role, be it as you say, Mr. Smith, the artist, and the other one is the graphic designer. So everyone has to communicate to other people, maybe to their clients, and maybe to understand what the other person needs. So communication plays a very important role in everybody's life.
Can I say you became my friend because I was good in communicating?
Maybe, who knows?
Okay. So we are going to learn how to make new friends, learn out of networking, increase our sales, and also be entirely different figure after these classes. But let's start with an activity. I don't like theories. Can you help me learn this without the theoretical things?
Sure. Here is the first activity of introduction, which is called Draw Your Life.
How can we draw a life? It is not possible. Please don't lie.
Okay, so it might sound some cliche thing, but it's a very important thing. If you are not able to draw your life, you are not able to draw who you are. So what's the part of like communicating yourself? So I would like you all, but there's only two people. So draw your life. Now what do you mean by drawing your life? You can draw your goals, your everyday life, and you can draw as well your fears as well of your life.
What if I don't know my goals or don't know what I want in the future? Then what should I draw?
You can draw anything which is related to your life, maybe your relationships, maybe your people which are involved in your life, anything. And after that, you have to explain it on the screen.
So if I draw him on the paper, will I attract him? Do you want to say that?
Who knows?
All right. So jokes apart, we are going to draw our life. We're going to give you just 5 minutes on the timer. You're going to draw your entire life on the piece of paper and show it to us here. So your time starts now.
You can tell us when you get done.
So like this is the first time I'm doing this, so need at least a minute. अभी कुछ पता ही नहीं कर इसमें करना क्या है, बट स्टिल फिगरिंग आउट. उसके बाद आपसे पूछूंगा.
That is the
बस
best
वन
part.
बिकॉज
That
वांटेड टू ट्राई कि क्या आपने मतलब अभी एग्जैक्टली ये भी नहीं क्लियर हुआ कि हाँ करना क्या है, बट अगेन
Hmm.
आई एम हैप्पी कि मैं कंफ्यूज हूँ अभी कि करना क्या है, और करके दिखाऊंगा कि हाँ जी ये किया है. देन यू गाइस कैन
And we are also drawing ourselves as well.
हेल्प.
We will also be sharing with you.
या डेफिनेटली बिकॉज मेंटर से ही तो सीखेंगे.
Yes.
if you're getting confused about what to draw, just sit in silence for 2 minutes, breathe in and breathe out. You'll get a sense from the gut. Our gut is our stomach area, that is a gut area. All the intuitions come from the gut area. If you want to draw your life, command your gut. Tell your gut that I want to draw my life. Give me the guidance, and you'll get the guidance. Because your body, your mind, and your soul knows much more than you would ever imagine yourself. So we just have 2 minutes more. That becomes 120 seconds, and we're going to share our life right now in the class.
Okay, yeah. So are we done, guys?
Yes, try it. Let's see.
So who will be starting first? You have to explain your life what you have drawn. Cause हमें पता है हम drawing में इतने अच्छे हैं तो नहीं, but still हमें वो explain करना है.
Rituji will be first. Ladies always first.
Sure.
चलो
The stage is yours.
okay
You
okay
have to show your drawing like this as well. Is it?
No, it's not.
this is
Yes.
me and this is my life circle.
Okay.
Okay. That's a nice. And now you have to explain it for at least 1 minute. In front of-
Okay. So shall I start?
Yes,
Yeah,
sure.
sure.
Okay, so it begins with
Wait a sec.
me being a nature lover, uh, and then goes to I am a introvert, shy person from very childhood. So this is my childhood journey, like nature lover, introvert, and shy. Then most of the time I used to spend indoors only studying, and after studying work, and then then the next phase comes, that is my kids are born, and then there's a lot of stress and there's a lot of anxiety, and then what I feel in communication is that I have a monotonous voice,
Hmm.
so that I want to, that is a goal, one another goal to change, and I want to be like good at responding to people, like having right answers at right time and be able to speak them out, and then is I want to build a system for my work that is work related, then spending time with my loved ones, living in my own house, being at peace and while doing work. One second.
Sure. And Mr. Smith, are you ready with your drawing?
Yeah, I am ready. But I guess if she is completing,
Yeah. Yes, Rituma.
Yeah, sorry, my kid just came,
No
so I
issue.
just asked him to go out. Uh, next is written. I have written that I have fear of being like come out to other person as a, like I'm a dumb person. So that fear I have that. Then uh, strong, resilient, healing. Letting go of the past, self development, growth, lot of self doubt. That's my life. That is what I have written.
But you know, the most beautiful part of your drawing was that you were able to identify all the parts, even if it's self doubt, even if it's stress. It's a part of your life, but nobody says that it will be a part of life till the end. I read a quote somewhere, Ms. Ritu, that it's okay to have imperfections in your life. It's okay to be stressful. It's okay to have self doubt. It's okay to have everything. But what is not okay is knowing that you have it and still not working on it. It was still today very much okay that you had self doubt, that you have stress, you had tension, but now because you've identified it, from today's time, it's not okay to have all of them. So, the best thing or advice you could get from anybody from today is start working on it slowly and gradually. But that was a very beautiful life. It was a beautiful drawing with extreme depth, and I think we can have some virtual claps for Miss Rituji. That was amazing. You did this activity with like 100 on 100 score. Yes, Ashmit.
Thank
Your
you.
turn.
You can
okay,
also speak in
so
Punjabi.
सची ਐਵੇਂ
Ah,
ਨਾ ਕਰੋ ਬਾਕੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਮਝ ਆ ਜਾਏਗੀ ਨਾ
ये तो सी मिक्स कर सकते हो.
यार देश कैमरा खुंदा नहीं है मतलब थोड़ा सा एडजस्ट समझने की कोशिश अच्छा आई सॉरी ब्लर आएगा या सो
Yes.
आई होप यू कैन सी दैट
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
एंड आई रियली वांटेड इफ यू जस्ट टेक अ स्क्रीनशॉट बिकॉज मैं आप इन क्लासेस में आपके पीछे पड़ जाऊंगा इनको सही कराने के लिए
हमारी खुद की ड्राइंग अच्छी नहीं है.
no not no not the drawing part so like this is me
Okay.
right now this is me so I normally just I will share this is from past to future like this is me right now and this is what I wanted to be अब आपको थोड़ा सा क्लियर हो जाएगा मैं मतलब अगर समझाऊंगा तो so
Sure.
thing is like I hope I can just remove the camera
You can switch the camera.
Yeah.
या तो इसमें मैंने बस यही डाला है कि लाइक राइट नाउ व्हाट जो भी अभी मैं हूँ मैं आई जस्ट बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट थोड़ा सा फियर रहता है किसी न किसी को चीज को लेके तो पहले नहीं रहता था बट अभी रहता है नो आइडिया क्यों बट एनीवे आई विल इम्प्रूव इट आई हैव अ टीम like working में I have a team but still sometimes we feel alone in our life right I have a
Yes.
good family but still sometimes feel alone फैमिली है रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज है गोल्स हैं बट अभी अनक्लियर है थोड़े सो सम प्रेशर सम थिंग्स राइट सो ड्रीम्स ऐसे हैं कि मतलब जो आई गेस मुझे लगता है और आई गेस मे बी आई वॉन्टेड टू यू नो कंप्लीट माई वेरी short term dreams by 40 by the age of 40 I'm 34 right now so I'm just targeting myself for 6 years के 6 साल में जो जो चीजें मुझे करनी है चाहे वो फाइनेंशियली हो या कैसे भी हो मुझे वो करनी है राइट उसके बाद स्ट्रेसफुल विदाउट स्ट्रेस लाइफ जीनी है भले आप कितना भी यू नो अर्न कर रहे हो कितनी भी आपकी फैमिली साइज हो डजंट मैटर अगर आप खुश हो तो आप दूसरों को खुश रख सकते हो राइट आप खुश अभी नहीं हो तो आप नहीं रख सकते सो पब्लिक स्पीकिंग भी मेरा एक पार्ट है जो मुझे कल को एक अपना आगे जाके परस्यू करना है like I have shown it here. So this is what I wanted to do now. Like this is future public speaking अगर आप देख पा रहे होंगे right.
Yes.
So this is like कुदरत like मुझे I love nature. So इसलिए मुझे है कि हाँ कुदरत के साथ खिलवाड़ नहीं करना रहना फैमिली हो अच्छी राइट हैप्पी लाइक मैं खुद खुश रहूंगा तो दूसरों को खुश रख पाऊंगा social service so I love to be part of like I'm volunteer to many organizations as well so I love to do social service but I guess what I feel is if you are financially free right now then you can also go for social because otherwise हम हर चीज में देखो पैसा इन्वॉल्व है आज के टाइम पे
Hmm.
तो आई वांटेड इतना थोड़ा सा पैसा के एटलीस्ट मैं सोशल सर्विस के लायक हूँ राइट अच्छी लाइक अच्छी काइंड ऑफ सोशल सर्विस राइट सो बस मेरा छोटा सा ज्यादा कोई बहुत बड़े ड्रीम्स या बहुत बड़ा गोल वैसा सच नहीं है कि इतना बड़ा आदमी बनना है ये करना है वो करना है वेरी स्मॉल स्मॉल है खुश रहना है दूसरों को खुश रखना है सोशल सर्विस इन्वॉल्व होना है फैमिली बस साथ दे राइट हैप्पी रहें स्माइल करते रहें बस यही है छोटा सा एंड वांटेड टू बी लाइक पब्लिक स्पीकर जस्ट बिकॉज आई फील कि आई हैव दिस थिंग कि मैं मतलब लोगों को अवेयर करना है चीजों के लिए ताकि जो प्रॉब्लम्स हम अपनी लाइफ में झेल रहे हैं एटलीस्ट वो लोग ना झेल
Hmm.
सकें आई वॉन्ट टेक मच टाइम बिकॉज बाकी भी हैं
That's
थैंक यू सो
amazing,
मच
but I think आपने अपनी ड्रॉ योर लाइफ में बहुत आर्टिस्टिकली अपनी लाइफ को समझा दिया जैसे आपने पास्ट को फ्यूचर से कनेक्ट किया बहुत ब्यूटीफुल था एक और मैं आपको बहुत आर्टिस्टिक वे बताती हूँ जैसे हम कर सकते हैं बिकॉज हम पहले कहते हैं हमेशा दैट यू डू फर्स्ट एंड देन वील टेल सो देयर इज अनदर वेरी ब्यूटीफुल वे प्लीज डोंट जज द ड्राइंग but this is a way we can do
Wait a sec.
yeah so this is also a way we can do where we can make our heart has four parts so we can always
Are you able to see?
write
राइट स्वाइप द कैमरा a little right no
But
other way yes
done.
Yes.
Can you see Rituji, Ashmeet ji, and Sanjana ji? So we have our own ways of describing our life and drawing our life. I made it like this, like a scenery, जो हम बचपन में बनाते थे हम clouds और वो
Hmm.
वाली. And he made it like this. Rituma made it with arrows. Ashmeet ji made it artistically. What can we conclude from this? That we, at the end of the day, we all are different and we all are creatively different. दैट मीन्स आज जब क्लास में आप कम्युनिकेशन सीखोगे और अपने घर वापस जाओगे अपने डेली रूटीन में आपको डिफरेंट चेंजेस इम्बाइब होंगे ना, आपकी कम्युनिकेशन डिफरेंट होंगी. Don't compare your communication with other people because your drawing was not even the same. When I said draw your life, you couldn't even draw it in the same way. So, without much taking time, we'll just hop on to our next topic.
Okay, yeah. I said it.
आई गेस इफ संजना जी आल्सो इंट्रोड्यूस हरसेल्फ ताकि हम सब एक प्लेटफॉर्म पे रहें.
Yes,
Yeah, sure.
we'll keep the introduction. We just want to cover one small topic and then we'll keep the introduction once again. No issues. Just give us just 5-7 minutes.
And we have done this part, explaining your drawing. And the next part is understanding fear of speaking and communication. So, whenever you step up on a stage or you meet a new person or anything which makes you uncomfortable, so हमारी back end में हमारा जो mind का back end होता है, which is also known as subconscious mind. तो उसमें we get a lot of fears. And those fear ka root cause are these three things, which are also known as three types of submodalities. Now, what do you mean by submodality?
Whenever we see something, we hear something or we feel something, वो कहीं वैनिश नहीं हो जाता, वो रहता हमारी बॉडी में है, हमारे माइंड में है, स्टोर करके. When we think that our feelings, those visuals are in our heart, that's completely wrong. It's actually stored in our each part of our body. जब हमें कम्युनिकेशन सीखना है, कम्युनिकेशन सीखने के लिए फियर को तो एलिमिनेट करना पड़ेगा ना. So आज हम सकते हैं how we can understand the fear of communication, because for eliminating we have to understand it. So submodalities are all those visuals, audios, or feelings which you experience or you have experienced in the past. For example, visual one. Do you remember Three Idiots?
Yes. So, काफी prominent example है visual submodality का. सबने एक Three Idiots का most famous part is that the Chatur speaks when the Chatur speaks on the stage. Do you know that scene? Anyone?
I do.
Yeah. So जब चतुर स्टेज पे चढ़ रहा होता है एंड वी हैव सीन दैट होल सीन कि चतुर की बेइज्जती हो रही है एंड एवरीवन इज लाफिंग ऑन हिम ऑन द बेस ऑफ हिज स्पीच.
और बलात्कार वोट.
वो भी. सो ये हमारी आंखों ने जो विजुअल देखा एंड वी हैव मेड आवर ओन फियर दैट इफ वी स्टेप अप ऑन अ स्टेज हमारे साथ भी वैसा हो सकता है. देयर इज अ पॉसिबिलिटी कि लोगों को हमारी स्पीच ना पसंद आए. हाउ वुड द अदर पर्सन विल परसीव. And we have seen that visual in a movie, or it can be any kind of way. The movie was just an example. The second part is audio.
Sometimes people say to us, you are not confident enough, you are not fluent enough, you will not be able to speak up, rehn de, chhod de. We just think that they are just saying it, they are mere words. But that's not the actual thing. They're not just mere words, they become beliefs in our subconscious mind when they are said repeatedly. अब मैं आपको बोलूं आप ये नहीं कर सकते, तो 15 दिन बाद आप वो कर लोगे, आपको लगता है? Because that became a belief of him. So that is why it's said कि कुछ जब एक कान से सुनते हो तो दूसरे कान से
निकालना चाहिए.
So तभी हमारे बड़े हमें ये चीज समझाते थे, because that become an audio submodality. Now when we talk about feelings or kinesthetic, this submodality is the most prominent and extremely important part of our life. In a situation where you felt humiliated because of some audios or visuals, that feeling gets stored in our heart and mind. तो नेक्स्ट टाइम जब वो चीज होने लगेगी, उससे पहले हमारा ब्रेन डोर्स शट कर देगा. It shut the doors and it identified as a threat. That is how a fear is born. That is the journey of the birth of a fear. So now that just does not apply to communication, that applies to each sector in our life. So if you fear public speaking, if you fear communication, if you have self doubt, if you fear anything in this world, you are actually fearing those visual, audio, or kinesthetic submodalities. That was so simple.
So जो भी हमारी चीजें होती है ना, इट्स रियली सो सिंपल एंड वी नो एवरीथिंग अबाउट इट, बट वो रियलाइजेशन होने में टाइम लगता है.
पर क्यों रियलाइजेशन होने में टाइम लगता है? We read it in books, we see it on YouTube.
यही तो सीन है लाइफ का. रियलाइजेशन इज द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ लाइफ. अगर हमें रियलाइज हो गया कि दिस इज माई ट्रिगर्स, मेरे को ये देख के आई ट्रिगर, मेरी फीलिंग्स ये ट्रिगर हो जाती हैं। अगर मैं ये सुनता हूँ मेरा दिमाग उस चीज से ट्रिगर हो जाता है। एंड अगर मेरी ये फीलिंग आ रही है तो आई एम नॉट परफॉर्मिंग अप टू माई पोटेंशियल। सो मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ मेरी लाइफ के थ्रू। सो आई वाज इन फर्स्ट ईयर ऑफ माय कॉलेज एंड इट वाज माय फर्स्ट प्रेजेंटेशन इन द क्लासरूम। एंड I didn't knew कि वो कैसे जाएगी. I just prepare my content. I made a PPT and I just step on the in front of the class and I just spoke for about 10 minutes or 15 minutes. And those 15 minutes, my body was full of anxiety. क्योंकि I thought कि मैं लोगों को face ही नहीं कर सकता. I could not face 40 or 45 people in front of me. But when I did that 15 minutes of talk, my body was relaxed after that. मुझे एक दिलासा मिल गया कि हाँ, अब मैं ये चीज कर सकता हूँ। सो यही चीज है, अगर आपको छोटी छोटी चीजों में प्रैक्टिस करने का मौका मिल रहा है एंड इफ यू आर एबल टू आइडेंटिफाई दीज थ्री काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स, यू आर गुड टू गो।
क्या आप ये कहना चाहते हो कि जिस चीज से डरते हो उसको और करो?
हाँ,
बट उससे फायदा क्या होगा?
उससे फायदा ये होगा कि कर करके आदमी सीखता है। यही हमें अपने जो हमारे एल्डरली पीपल होते हैं वही सिखाते हैं। तो इसी से रिलेटेड वी आर गोइंग टू डू अ एक्टिविटी वंस अगेन।
You need
दिस
to
इज
imagine that you're standing in front of 100 people delivering a speech. आप बोल सकते हो 100 people के सामने?
नो,
डरोगे?
माय मैक्स वाज 40।
Okay. So his max was 40, your max may be 20, 40, 60, no matter what, but you have to imagine because it's an activity. Imagine you're standing in front of 100 people and you're delivering a speech. Write down 10 fears which will come into your mind when you step on the stage. My first fear when I stepped on the stage was लोग क्या कहेंगे? मैं बीच में रुक तो नहीं जाऊंगी? लोग मजाक तो नहीं उड़ाएंगे? एक बार तो मुझे ये फियर लगा कि उनको इतना बुरा लगे कि मुझ पे टमाटर ही ना फेंक दे, not knowing the fact that we were in school and they didn't have any tomatoes in their hand. So that is what the fear is, the fear of the unknown. Every fear boils down to the fear of the unknown. So let's jot down any 10 fears which you could face if you are asked to go on the stage in front of 100 people. So you have another 5 minutes to do that, and then we'll meet you again. So now it's okay to have that fear, but again, it's okay to know that you have that fear, but it's not okay in doing nothing about that fear. So now, when you have gotten the list of all those fears, it's your duty, it's your prime responsibility that you start working on them. And let that day of starting working on them be maybe today.
This moment only.
Oh, that sounds great.
Okay, so if you talk about communication or public speaking or anything, so it's a skill, and any skill comes out of practice. We can tell you some frameworks or we can tell you what to do and what not to do, but the main part is of you only. You have to practice those things and you have to incline those things in your practical knowledge in your life as well. We will do this after some time. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So let's move forward to how to eliminate the fears that you have written down or anything which comes to your mind. So the first step is understand the root cause of fear. And इसका मतलब ये है कि वो fear की root causes वो grow कहाँ से हो रहा है, which we have explained the visual, audio and kinesthetic modalities, and वो हमें explain करने की अब जरूरत नहीं है. The second step is reframe the fear, and this can be also known as reframe the what ifs. What if I mess up? We can
What
reframe
if I
that.
connect deeply with the audience?
That's it. We can reframe the negative thing with the positive thing. And one more example coming in
What
my
if I'm
mind.
not good enough, and what if I'm not a good speaker and the other person is a better one?
So that's the thing. I know where I can stand. I know my own potentials and my thing which I can contribute in front of audience.
But they'll judge me.
They will connect with me.
How are you so sure about it?
I'm not sure. I'm just being positive.
You're just trying,
That's human.
taking a bet on life.
Maybe.
That I can do. So maybe fears as just taking a bet on your life and on your decisions. And even if you just mess it up, maybe that mess is something, may turn out something beautiful in the coming future. So mess may be beautiful. The step three is start speaking in safe zones. Sometimes not starting with the stages where you can be humiliated can be also a plus point. Start speaking in front of the people who actually pump you up or who are your safe zones. Who is your hope? So if I ask you what has been your safe zone, in
Okay.
front of what people you started speaking first?
So I would like to explain this with a very practical example of my life, and it went recently. So we have just been graduated from a college, and there was a farewell party, and there were like 20 to 25 people in a farmhouse, and we were partying. There was a pool, and we were enjoying a lot. So at the end of that party, I don't know why मेरे अंदर एक इच्छा जागी कि I just want to deliver a speech of maybe 2 to 2.5 minutes in front of the people, just to thank them and to tell them that you guys are really grateful for me, and I would like to thank you for being the part of my life. So मेरे ऊपर कोई pressure नहीं था कि I have to tell them and I have to like compulsorily thank them. मेरे ऊपर कोई ना pressure था. I was not on a stage, and this was me connecting with them. So I just gather my friends and delivered a 2 minute speech in front of them by just thanking them and realizing them कि वो मेरी लाइफ में कितना इंपॉर्टेंट रोल करते हैं. दिस वॉज मी. मेरे कुछ लोगों के सामने आई वॉज जस्ट प्रेजेंटिंग माई सेल्फ. इससे मेरी फियर भी कम हुआ. आई नो आई कुड स्पीक इन फ्रंट ऑफ पीपल. सो दिस मीन्स दैट आपके घर में ही कुछ लोग हैं जो आप उनके साथ इंटरेक्ट कर सकते हो, एंड यू कैन रिमूव दैट फियर ग्रेजुअली. फिर आप अगर कोई बड़े स्टेज पे जा रहे हो तो वो आपको काफी हेल्प कर सकता है.
But you never spoke in front of me. That means I am not your safe zone. After this class, he is, you understand it well. Let's come to the next step, that is practicing daily, even if you're alone. Mirror exercises are the best exercises. We have heard it, we have read it on YouTube, GPT, Chrome, but we don't actually know what we have to do in front of a mirror. It's not just about standing in front of a mirror and delivering a 1 minute topic speech, but it's more of communicating with yourself. What if I tell you that if you have a good communication with yourself, it can turn out to be having a good communication with others as well. That means that if you are standing in front of a mirror having a good communication with yourself, talking to yourself about how was your day, that means you don't know it. You don't need anybody to tell about your day. You tell about your day to yourself, talk to yourself, tell about all the gossips, all the juicy things to yourself, and just end it with this exercise. That's so simple. Just 2 minutes of your 24 hours after a month can make you confident and can make you fearless. Isn't it something crazy? Also, recording yourself. It's a 10 minutes framework. Recording yourself and answering questions from the script can also help you boost confidence. But something which I love is practicing in front of a wall, because whenever I speak to him, it's actually speaking to a wall. So instead of a wall, I try him. But you can for sure try a wall. Stand in front of a wall and speak anything. Just blabber anything. Even if you're angry at somebody, when I am angry at him, I do this. You just blabber anything around. And you would see that you're also getting emotionally better, because communication is actually alignment of mind, body, soul, and mouth. So that means if you want to have good communication and if you want to eliminate fear, you have to align all of these.
And the step 5 is that learn skills, not just the mindset. As I've already told you, that communication is a skill, and which also includes structuring your thoughts. So as a human beings, we are already equipped with hundreds and 200s of thoughts every minute. So if you're delivering a speech, or maybe in your front of a new person, so just structure your thoughts. You have to tell what's coming first in my mind, what's second, and what's the third. So अगर हम किसी से बात नहीं कर पाते हैं उसका यही मतलब होता है कि वी वांट टू कन्वे देम सो मच इंफॉर्मेशन, बट हमें पता ही नहीं कि स्टार्ट कहाँ से करें. सो स्टार्ट विद दैट फर्स्ट थिंग, स्ट्रक्चरिंग योर थॉट्स, which is also goes by aligning the things which you have to say to the other person. Now the second thing of that is storytelling. हम किसी भी इंसान के साथ कनेक्ट तब कर पाते हैं when we are relating to the other person with the stories of ourselves. For example, I've told you my story of my first speech. I've told you my story of delivering a speech in front of my friends. So this was a part of storytelling. And इसका भी एक framework होता है, we will be discussing afterwards. And the third part is tone, body language and pauses. So tone, जैसे कि if I am speaking lower voice or if I'm speaking the higher voice, so that's come the tone and the body language. If I'm moving my hands with my words, if I'm walking through the examples, that also comes in the body language. And the pause is the most important part of any speech, of any communication you are doing. That is pauses. Pauses gives the other person time to think, analyze and connect with the people. Pauses are the most important thing. Without pauses, communication is incomplete. So जैसे जैसे मैं बोल रहा था, after every sentence I was taking pauses, जैसे कि मैं अभी कर रहा हूँ. अब pauses का मतलब ये नहीं कि you are stopping after every word. My name is Gur Simar. No, you are taking pauses strategically. उसकी भी एक स्किल होती है, ये टाइम बाय टाइम आता है, आपको रातों रात नहीं आएगी. एंड दिस इज डन बाय प्रैक्टिसिंग.
The next step is accepting imperfections. You have to accept that you will fumble, आप भूलोगे, आप blank out होगे. But आपको क्या लगता है, एक स्पीकर बॉर्न स्पीकर होता है? कभी नहीं. एक स्पीकर जो स्टेज पे चढ़कर 100 ट्रॉफीज जीतता है, वो क्या बॉर्न विद दोस ट्रॉफीज होता है? नहीं. He has been through all of the things जो अब आप been through होने वाले हो. You can't compare the 80th day of somebody to your first day. If you will compare his first day to your first day, they'll be exactly same. That reminds me of my first stage story. I stepped onto the stage because I wanted to impress my crush in school. I thought if I'll step on the stage, he'll see me on the stage. Maybe usko mujh pe crush aa jaye. That was because long back when I was a child. But when I stepped onto the stage, अब मुझे ये पता नहीं कि वो क्रश पे मुझे कितना क्रश रहा, but I really got a crush on stage and on mic. Now, what happens is when I step onto the stage, I don't get off, and the owners, the organizers have to really say, "Please उतर जाओ, हमारा event आगे बढ़ने वाला है." So that is the thing. If you are imperfect, you'll fall in love with communication and stage. But if you're striving for perfection, you will just be professional speaker. And professional speakers are not liked by everybody because they are just going professionally. We make you passionate speakers and passion comes from within. But आप वो गलती मत करना going onto the stage just because of a crush because that doesn't work every time in life.
Okay, so the next part is thoughts versus thinking. So before going on, I just want to know that, do you guys know the difference between a thought or a think?
Yes, I do know. When I wake up in the morning and I thought of him, that is a thought. And when I'm constantly thinking about him, it's a thinking.
Yes, correct. So as a human being, हम programmed ही ऐसे होते हैं. We are equipped with thousands of thoughts when we wake up or any time in your day. And when that thought become your thinking is the time when you start to analyze that thought. Now, for example, uh, if there is my interview and I'm thinking like वो मेरा interview कैसा जाएगा, अच्छा भी जा सकता है, बुरा भी जा सकता है. But the moment I start analyzing about that thought, that goes to negative suffering.
But I have a question. How is thinking, thoughts, mind related to communication and public speaking? Are they even correlated?
As I said in the beginning, everything is correlated. If your thoughts are not structured, if you don't know if you are thinking or just having a thought, how would you be able to communicate in front of people? So, if you know the distinction between a thought and thinking, your thinking becomes structured and completely practical. as written in the slide, thoughts are inevitable. हमारी लाइफ में हमारे माइंड में थॉट्स आते रहेंगे. It's an inevitable. We are made as such that thoughts will keep coming to our mind. Thinking is choice of ours. ये हमारे ऊपर डिपेंड करता है कि वो जो थॉट्स को हमें थिंकिंग बनाना है या नहीं. And thinking is the main cause of suffering. The moment we analyze our thoughts and we convert them into the thinking part, that's the moment our mind goes at suffering part. इसका सबसे prominent example are kids. उनके मन में हजारों थॉट्स आते हैं एंड दे आल्सो आस्क टू द पेरेंट्स कि इसका मतलब क्या होता है, इसका मतलब क्या होता है, ये क्यों होता है. वो उनके थॉट्स होते हैं, वो थिंक नहीं करते उसके बारे में. दे जस्ट आस्क द पीपल और पेरेंट एंड जस्ट मूव ऑन इन लाइफ. दैट्स व्हाई किड्स know the real essence of life. They are always playful, they are always full of emotions.
So when you say thinking is the main cause of suffering, do you really mean by that that if I stop thinking, I'll be able to step on the stage? That's so weirdly weird. That becomes to the next point of ours, that when thoughts become thinking, that means one thought being stretched for long becomes thinking. And when thinking is stretched for long, it becomes overthinking. Overthinking, when stretched for long, becomes anxiety, and anxiety and stress stretched for long becomes depression. That means if you just put up a border and banner on thoughts and you don't let the cycle go on, you'll be able to even control the latter parts of your life. Don't analyze anything in your life. Life is not to be analyzed. Life is to be experienced deeply. There's the difference. Every experience you live, every moment you experience is to be analyzed, is to be felt deeply in our heart, not the things which are happening. Experiences make our life, frame our life. So even if next time you step on the stage and you blurt out, you're not able to go with the script, it's a beautiful experience to be cherished. It's a beautiful story which can be narrated to your children. It's a beautiful and a humorous moment which you can tell to people. It can be a self humor kind of thing, but an experience you will still cherish for lifelong. But repentance is what eats the human from behind. That I had the chance, but I still did not step in. That reminds me of a scene from Three Idiots again.
Which one?
हाथ में मेरे लेटर था, बाहर गाड़ी थी, बट फिर भी अगर उस दिन हिम्मत कर दी होती पापा को बोलने की, तो शायद जिंदगी आज कुछ डिफरेंट होती. So movies are not just for seeing the movies like you binge watch for 3 hours. It's for actually analyzing them and learning from them.
Okay, so there is a very most important part in thoughts versus thinking. So अगर आपने ये जान लिया कि थॉट्स एंड थिंकिंग का डिस्टिंक्शन क्या है, तो इसका ये मतलब नहीं है कि आपको थॉट्स को रोकना है फ्रॉम कमिंग इनटू योर माइंड. You just have to know the fact that thought will come in your mind and will go. You just have to create a space of the thoughts coming into your mind and just going out of your mind. You don't have to make that thinking. This is the thing which you have to make sure. Okay.
Let's do an activity named as Name the Thought, Not the Story. Do you know there have been so many endless conflicts between us because I make the entire story and weave it in my mind. And when I ask him that let's sort it out, it's not actually even a conflict because it was nothing, just the story in my head. So let's rewrite those thoughts, not in the form of the stories, but in the form of a thought. For example, you may have endless conflicts or overthinking over some matter. Let's jot it down. बचपन में हम 2 लाइनों को 6 लाइन्स में लिखते थे ताकि हमें एक्स्ट्रा नंबर मिले, बट लाइफ में हमें 6 लाइन्स को एक वर्ड में लिखना होता है ताकि हम स्ट्रेस फ्री रहे. तो हम अभी यही करेंगे. We'll create a distance from the thought. We'll observe it, and instead of becoming it, we'll just analyze it from a distance and make it into a word. For example, you are overthinking about what will be happening in the paper, how many marks you'll score, what future holds for me, will I be able to become successful or not, will I be able to earn money or not. Let's term it as one word. What is all of those things? It's a stress. So let's sum up the entire 100 lines which you have thought into one word named that stress. I felt stressful. That's okay. Let's admit I am stressful right now. Let's admit that I'm feeling this emotion. Now let's think of how can I work upon it. Let's not think about what is stress. Why am I feeling stress? When people say emotional mastery is about decoding the why, I say emotional mastery is decoding about how we can improve it. And emotionally communicator is the best communicator on this planet Earth because he knows how to balance his emotions, communicate well, and not force his emotions on the other person. The drastic mistake people do is अपने इमोशंस के हिसाब से कम्युनिकेट करते हैं। आज अभी मेरा मूड अच्छा है तो मैं प्यार से बात करूंगी, कल मेरा मूड खराब है तो मैं चिल्ला कर बात करूंगी। That is the worst part of communication, and that is why emotional mastery and communication mastery are so interlinked.
Okay, so you guys have to write your latest thought which came into your mind. It can be related to anything. Maybe your last fight, maybe your last any, you can say, a win which you wanted for so many times. Maybe it can be a feeling of or a thought of getting someone or like meeting someone. Just write your last thought which you had for at least a day or two, and let's analyze that in your words only.
So you all have 5 minutes. You can do this exercise, and then we'll get back with the exercise.
Or a memory, or it was a fear. You have to label it with a word. What was that?
And once you label it, just remember that the thoughts are just that label, the single word which you have put into, not the entire thoughts. So have you done it? What's your label? We'll speak out those labels. Just one word we'll speak out. Let's start. Who will start? Rituji, do you want to start? Just the label. We don't want to know the thoughts because the thoughts are now vanished and destroyed. What's the label you have
And
given?
fear.
Fear. Okay. Sanjana ji, what's your label?
Assumption.
Assumption. Ashmeet ji, what's your label?
I guess confusion word बोलूंगा मैं शायद.
But you were saying confusion.
Yeah, I mean can be assumption
I
part of
see
it.
Okay.
that way.
So now we know that the entire story which was cooked up in your mind just boiled down to one word. Now, this is how you can resolve conflicts, not even have conflicts, and not even have conflicts with yourself. Does that mean we're not going to have a fight in the future because you're going to boil it down to one single word?
Let's see who knows the future.
I don't feel that's going to happen. But yes, that is an amazing thing which you can go by. So let's proceed on with the activity.
Okay, yeah. So the next activity is gratitude disruption. List three specific things you are grateful for right now. It can be anything, a person, a thing, a moment, which you are really grateful right now in your point of life. Can you write those three things? You have 2 minutes more. So are we done? So who wants to share those three things? Anyone?
I will do that.
Yeah, sure.
I should. Like it's like speaking in low pressure. What we discussed before.
Okay. I'm really glad that you are grateful
Like we
for that.
discussed, na speaking in low pressure spaces, so then you will
Okay.
improve. So, first thing is technology that I'm using laptop connectivity. Everything is there, so I'm able to connect with people. Second is I have written the lunch I had, and then this class, because most of the time I'm struggling with time issues, so now I have time to attend the class. That's the third thing.
That's really good to know as well. So very nice. You are able to write those three things and which are really recent to you as well. That was very nice. And Miss Sanjana, what about you? Would you like to share?
Yes, first of all, I'm able to breathe the fresh air.
Oh, nice.
Yes, no one.
Most most
See,
important thing.
many like the Darwin slum areas, many are there where the polluted air is there. So first, the fresh air, the clean society. So I'm gratitude for that. And when my baby is born to me, so now
Congratulations.
now it's a struggling position where even giving birth to baby is very, I think it's very problematic to the women right
Yeah,
now
for
nowadays.
sure.
So I got two kids. I'm grateful for that, and my best husband who supports me always. So I'm always grateful.
That's very nice to know. And
And
congratulations.
being a life coach, so that is my foremost thing. Yes, ahead of all.
Yes. So that's really nice. Mr. Smith, what about you?
Yeah, so actually, I have mentioned three gratitude acceptance. So, मैंने current situation पे लिखे हैं, like right now current situation. So thing is that first gratitude is that attending this session, especially mentoring by youngsters, you know.
Yes.
So I'm really happy कि मैंने aspire to Ziva because the youngsters कर रहे हैं, so कुछ आपको एक्स्ट्रा ही अच्छा सीखने को मिलेगा, you know. The second gratitude that right now I'm healthy and fit, although my mom is unwell, but I feel if I am well, तो मैं चीजें ठीक कर देंगे हम मिलकर, right? Another gratitude, third one is that right now I'm doing multitasking really sorry. तो इसलिए because I have to
Yes.
rush to some meeting, so that's why I
Okay.
was getting ready and doing so इसलिए multitasking कर पा रहा हूँ, ये मेरे लिए gratitude है. कई बार हम
Very.
एकदम बंद करके साइड पे रख जाते हैं, but I don't
Hmm.
want to do that. So I'm
Yes.
happy कि at least multitasking हो रही है.
So that's really nice to know about that. So इस मेन एक्टिविटीज का मतलब यही है कि अगर आपको अपनी थॉट्स एंड फियर्स लिस्ट डाउन हो गए हैं एंड यू नो अबाउट दैट एंड एज वेल एज योर ग्रेटिट्यूड्स आर आल्सो लिस्ट डाउन, सो यू कैन शिफ्ट from that anxiety part to the gratitude part, which can give you a positive feeling whenever you are going to a stage or whenever you are doing something productive or even communicating to some other person. So be gratitude that you are able to do that first of all. That's a very thing cause आजकल लोगों को अपॉर्चुनिटीज ही नहीं मिलती है कनेक्ट करने के लिए मेकिंग देयर नेटवर्क्स. सो ये एक ट्रांजिशन का पार्ट होता है फ्रॉम एंजाइटी टुवर्ड्स पॉजिटिव फीलिंग्स. एंड अब हम एक और एक्टिविटी करेंगे and we will also have a 10 minutes break in this activity as well. So the activity is what if to what is shift. It's like if your fears become true, then what you are going to do. For example, what if I fail? You can transit to the thing that I am learning, I have made progress, and I am not going to fail right now. It shifts from imagined fear to grounded reality. अगर वो चीज जो हम सोच रहे हैं अगर हो भी जाती है, सो उसका एंड पार्ट क्या हो सकता है. क्योंकि क्या होता है कि हम कुछ चीजें सोच रहे होते हैं एंड वो रियलिटी में हमें इफेक्ट भी नहीं करता, हमारी बस वो थिंकिंग में ही रह जाता है एंड इट्स जस्ट गेट डिस्ट्रॉयड इन इनसाइड आवर थिंकिंग ओनली. सो हमारे जो ग्रेटेस्ट फियर्स जो हैं, इफ इट गेट्स in real life, so what should be done after that? You can write as many as you want, and you will get the clarity what would be the course of action after that. And also ये activity करने के बाद during the time we have a 10 minutes break, I can say. After 10 minutes we will have a very good session about public speaking, and we will be discussing everything from the scratch. So you guys have 10 minutes now. You can write these things from what if to what is, then we will continue.
Just to interrupt, ये आपका
Yes.
exactly like question क्या था? Write 10 deep what? Deep
Conversational starters.
conversations, startups,
Starters, yes.
starters. Okay,
Yes.
this is we can take help of AI and just
Yes. वही अगर आपको टॉपिक मिल जाता ना, तो मेरे मोस्टली टॉपिक्स एआई से ही निकलते हैं इफ आई वांट टू स्पीक अबाउट एनीथिंग. तो वो टॉपिक्स हो
right,
जाते
right,
हैं,
right.
देन आई मेक अ स्पीच अबाउट दैट एंड आई जस्ट एनालाइज बाय माई सेल्फ कि हाँ व्हाट हैव रिटन एंड व्हाट हैव स्पीकिंग. सो
Okay,
लेट्स
okay.
मूव फॉरवर्ड.
10 deep most conversation starters.
यस. Okay, so yeah, why public speaking is your birthright. So जब आप बच्चे होते हो, एंड मोस्टली मेरे जो छोटे भाई बहन है, तो जब भी घर पे कोई मेहमान आता है, बड़ा कॉमन होता है, लाइक दे वांट टू एक्सप्रेस, मतलब पेरेंट्स चाहते हैं कि आपका बच्चा कुछ करके दिखाए जस्ट टू इम्प्रेस योर रिलेशन, मतलब जो भी आपके रिलेटिव्स आते हैं. सो आप बचपन से ही यू आर equipped with your expressive things. So public speaking starts from the starting only, like bachpan se hi. So public speaking includes conversations, communication, art of networking, art of making friends, giving interviews, and making friends. It's all a part of public speaking. Basically, you are speaking in front of public, be it any form, that's public speaking. And the core elements of public speaking.
The first core element comes is the content. You should know what you are saying. When people say you have to say very nicely, doesn't matter what you are saying. That is completely wrong. Because as much as how you are saying it matters, what you are saying it also matters. Just imagine I'm saying to you are dumb, but in a very soft tone. You are dumb. Would that change the meaning of the sentence that you are dumb? No. What if I'm complimenting you and saying, you look so nice, but my expressions, my tonality say something else. And that is what I come boil down to, that the alignment of the mind, body, soul, and mouth are not aligned properly. You should know what you are saying, and you should reframe and structure how you are going to say it. Did you tell them how we are going to structure the content yet?
No, we will tell in the this concept.
All right, so structuring the content goes by whenever you're saying something or you're expressing your feelings, because communication is equals to expressing your feelings. Let's assume I want to tell him that whatever he did yesterday was not very good and I felt very sad on how he reacted. Uh, I want to convey this to him. One way is I would say, whatever you did yesterday, I do not like it. I'm not talking to you, and you just blew my mind. You drive me crazy, and I'm not talking to you. This is the one way. What it would do is it would bring a knot in our friendship or relationship or any other connection we are having. But what if I use this technique of complimenting, expressing, telling what you want and how you want, complimenting, and closing? So let's start with this. You're actually very understanding in nature. I know that. But what happened yesterday was not really appreciable from my end. What you did and how you reacted was not something I expected from you. We have this very great bond, and I know I can share my feelings with you, and I felt hurt. Knowing the fact that You don't do it on purpose because you're a very jolly kind of person. I would really say that if this is not repeated and if it is not done again, it would be great for the connection we are having. Did you feel bad upon hearing those words?
Definitely not.
Why? Because I reframed it. I said the same thing that I'm pissed off from you, but I just said it in a gentle tone, with less amplitude and with the right words and content. That brings about pick your words smartly. Be a smart speaker. Rather than being a good speaker, be a smart speaker. The next come is delivery, which is how you are saying it. Even if I'm reframing my content, but I'm really irritated from it. What you did yesterday was not good. Though you are a very good and very understanding person, but what you did was not appreciable. That means I'm really irritated from my emotional state. And he can catch those feelings of mine that she's done from me. So every and any time you're communicating with people, what you have to be really very calm. Don't lose your pace. Don't lose your uh, feelings. Don't lose onto somebody and be angry because anger is a withdrawal in trust bank deposit, which we are going to learn in the further classes. The third comes is an audience connection. What if I'm just speaking to him, looking at him, and not even giving you any attention? Would you like if I'm seeing here and talking to you? No. It is really important to give attention to the audience, just like you give to your friends or girlfriends or your wives, because they need attention. Similarly, your audience needs attention. Audience को attention देने का एक magical recipe होता है. Eye contact, humor, and adding some elements, which is your USP or your unique identity proposition. The next come is confidence and mindset. चाहे हम बाहर से बिल्कुल nervous दिखे, but we have to be really very confident. Now, I'll give an example. What if he's talking to you like this? Just talk to them.
Okay, so myself, Gursimar Singh, and I study in my third year of college.
रहने दो मत ही बोलो इससे ज्यादा हम सह नहीं पाएंगे but what if his back is straight, he sees you through, he has a hand movement like this of authority and he's doing the eye contact with you now.
Okay, so good afternoon, guys. Myself, Gursimar Singh, and I'm a student of Shri Guru Gobind Singh College of Commerce, and I'm currently studying in my third year.
That was higher energy and that is how you connect with audience. Another secret recipe of having confidence mindset is asking and shooting the right questions. Let's assume you and him just met right now. How will you use the activity of shooting the right questions to develop the connection and confidence?
Okay, so first of all, I would like to ask the other person like what he's into, what profession he's into, and from how many time the person is doing that. Like for example, I talked to Miss Ritu about her profession and she's a graphic designer and I asked the question like from how many time you are doing that. So that's the most important question because the other person is eager to know ki from how many time you are related to this profession and how much expertise you have. And जिससे आप ये क्वेश्चन पूछते हो ना and they are always eager to tell about themselves, oh कि मैं ये करता हूँ and I'm really good at it and I just really wanted to pursue this for my future life as well. So if you are able to connect those relatability by asking the right questions, so वो connection and वो जब वो पार्ट कम्युनिकेशन में बदल जाता है ना तो इट्स क्रिएट अ वेरी गुड स्पेस बिटवीन दैट पर्सन एंड द अदर पर्सन वांट्स टू कम्युनिकेट विद यू एज वेल फ्रीक्वेंटली.
तो कनेक्शन का मतलब ही होता है रिलेटेबिलिटी, रिलेशनशिप का मतलब ही होता है रिलेटेबिलिटी, फ्रेंडशिप का मतलब ही होता है रिलेटेबिलिटी. द नेक्स्ट वे यू कैन बी कॉन्फिडेंट एंड यू कैन हैव ऑडियंस कनेक्शन इज complimenting them, which is art of complimenting. So now if he wants to become my friend, how will you compliment me? If your compliments are not good, I'll decline the offer of being your friend. So how is he going to do that? You are going to notice what other doesn't notice. Just complimenting upon looks is not enough. You can compliment upon, for example, you speak so confidently. You have a charismatic aura. I saw that you have a very beautiful way of convincing, which is the art of convincing. Just Be serious and just highlight the points which people don't see. Just don't go by, you look hot, you look nice, you look good. Now they are outdated compliments. Focus on the things which cannot be seen by everybody and anybody around. And that makes you special. Log aapko, even after days of going back home after meeting you, they'll remember you for your compliment. That brings about the art of complimenting. The last point comes is the purpose, which is the most important part of communication and public speaking. Every time you're going to communicate with somebody, know what is your purpose. My purpose of communicating to you may be telling you how important is public speaking. My content will be framed in that manner. If my purpose is giving you a sales call, my content will be framed in that manner. My tonality will change, my body language will change. If my purpose is taking a job, my body language can't be egoistic one. It would be humbleness. If I am the owner and CEO and I want to say you that you are doing wrong and I'm going to just fire you out, my purpose is firing you out. I can't do that. I am going to fire you out. The person will not even take you seriously. Your body language speaks according to the purpose. If you want to be friends with somebody, you have to have an open body language. If you want to make somebody your enemy, you have to have a closed body language, a very bad tonality and amplitude. So, purpose defines your content, your delivery, your connection, and your mindset. And purpose is very much related to the mindset. And that is why I'm repeating you again and again. Communication mastery is not just about communication, it's even about relationships, emotions, because they are so much interconnected. That brings about to our next segment, which we are going to start after 10 minutes. So there's a 10 minutes break for all of you. 10 to 15 minutes, you can go have your lunch, have your little bits of snacks, have water, just go around the house, roam around, go to your balcony, see those birds chirping, and have fun in these 15 minutes and come back to have even greater fun.
Yeah, so welcome back, guys. Can we proceed? Okay, yeah. So, what is the process of drafting a speech, or you can say public speaking? So, it is planning, drafting your content, rehearsing, delivering, and reflecting. Now, we will be breaking down this step by step. What is planning? So, planning also includes the purpose, most importantly. For which purpose you are delivering the speech. It can be anything. For example, if you want to convey your thoughts about global environment, or you can say pollution, or it can be anything about AI, which is also generating and which is an upcoming thing. So the first part is defining your purpose.
After planning, after we have decided our purpose, the next step comes is actually making our purpose into a script, which goes on to the next step, which is drafting, putting the process on the paper, because till the time it is not on the paper, it cannot be on our mouth. If you are thinking that it will be very spontaneous because we can do it, the topic is known, you have to remember the fact that शुरू शुरू में जो speakers बने थे उन्होंने शुरू में हमेशा पेपर और पेन को अपना बेस्ट फ्रेंड बनाया था. सो स्टार्ट ड्राफ्टिंग, स्टार्ट राइटिंग द कंटेंट, स्टार्ट राइटिंग द वर्ड्स. एंड द बेस्ट वे इज गो थ्रू द जीपीटी, go through Chrome, go through YouTube, talk to your friends, gain experiences, अपनी लाइफ से स्टोरी टेलिंग करो उन एक्टिविटीज के बारे में, shoot the right questions and draft the content. The next comes is the rehearsing.
यस. सो व्हेन यू आर रिहर्सिंग, तो इसके काफी अच्छे स्टेप्स मैं ऑलरेडी बता चुका हूँ. वो जो 10 मिनट्स वीडियो है, इट्स द बेस्ट फॉर्म ऑफ रिहर्सिंग. आपको उसकी अपने बारे में पता चलता है, लाइक वेयर आर यू लैकिंग एंड फ्रॉम वेयर द पार्ट्स यू कैन इम्प्रूव. एंड सेकेंड पार्ट की आप अपनी लो प्रेशर जो स्टेजेस होते हैं आपके घर, उसमें आप रिहर्स कर सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल किसी भी मीटिंग से पहले मोस्टली मेरे जो फादर हैं, वो अगर कोई भी मीटिंग में जाते हैं तो वो घर पे डिस्कस करके जाते हैं कि दिस इज आई एम गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट एंड दिस इज माय कंटेंट एंड व्हाट डू यू फील अबाउट दैट. क्योंकि आपका घर ही एक जो है जो आपको एक परफेक्ट फीडबैक दे सकता है. द सेकेंड थिंग इज डिलीवरिंग. एंड नाउ delivering is the most important part. और एक ये कोट होती है, it is also known as the 80-20 rule. So the 80% is body language and the 20% is words.
So, when we are delivering what we want to deliver, before our mouth speaks, our emotions, our eyes, our body language, and our aura speaks. That is why it happens that there is the same script being said by different kinds of speakers, but we connect with one of the speakers only. What is the difference there? The content is the same, the tonality may be the same, the delivery may be the same, but what is different is the body language, the persona, how the person is carrying himself. So delivering just does not include the delivering of the content, just does not include delivering of what you want to speak, but delivering your entire persona, aura. And your aura knows if you're confident or not. Your aura knows that will be able to deliver the thing which you want or not, because it gets reflected to the audience. You have to always understand this thing: audience are not fools, people in front of you are not fools. If you think you can bluff them, you cannot. So if you want to portray yourself as confident, be confident, act as if you're confident, and implement that. Just bluffing your mind won't work out. Bluff your mind, make it a reality so that other people presumes it to be a reality. The next step comes is reflecting.
Yes. So reflecting means having a constructed feedback from the people. A feedback से मतलब ये नहीं होता है कि for example if other person doesn't want to hear you and जब उसको सिर्फ criticize ही करना है तो उसका feedback आपकी life में matter ही नहीं करना चाहिए. So it's always about a constructive feedback which is given by the audience or by the other person. So आपको उस feedback को अपनी speech में implement करना है, where you can improve and how you can improve your style and what is your USP as well.
The secret to effective communication is when your mind, body, soul, and mouth are aligned in the same direction. That is what I said. Now, I want all of you to close your eyes, breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out, and think of all the beautiful moments in your life when you were confident. So, for the next 1 minute, in silence, we will revise all those moments when you were speaking to somebody new or making new friends and you were confident enough. Just 1 minute silence, and then we'll proceed with the activity. All right, we'll open our eyes. We'll again breathe in and breathe out. We'll again breathe in and breathe out.